Welcome back, Gold Squad, to yet again another Saints franchise video. This is a good one. We're in week number 14. We're on a 4-game losing streak, so we are looking forward to snapping that losing streak, potentially, here in a simulation game against the Carolina Panthers. So what do? We lose 38-28. We lose by 10. Our next game is going to be against the Houston Texans, who are having another bad season. But we've got a scenario that's breaking out that says that we might be in for a trap game. Jameis Winston, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 258 yards passing, and it wasn't like our offense was dead, but our defense in the last couple of weeks has just not really come through, especially in simulation. But in gameplay, hey, we got some wins in the last episode too against Green Bay, and our defense came to play back then. But yeah, now we're in the midst of a 5-game skid, and our playoff hopes are beginning to dwindle. As we take a look, just one last look at the box score for our players. Take a look at the tackle leaders. Demario Davis is always up there. No sacks against Jeff Young, and no interceptions either. Buccaneers have won 3 straight games. They have now reached the top of the NFC. They're 11-2. Falcons, Saints, and Panthers. Take a look at that standing right there. 3 8-5 teams in the NFC South. How crazy is that? So we're going to actually simulate here against the Texans as well, and let's see what the result is here. We lose again, 35-16. So yet again, our defense not coming through. 399 total yards gained for the Texans. We had over 450, I believe that's what that said. That's crazy. Over 450 total yards gained, and we lose. Like, we couldn't score. We had 2 touchdowns through the air. We had nothing on the ground, and only could muster up 16 points. Just not good, guys. Not good. Not a good situation for us right now. Any sacks? Yes, 3. Penning, Ramczyk, and Ruiz. Defensively, Bryce Huff has been a nice little piece that we added in the offseason here. Just a nice little cheap edge rusher that we got in free agency. Kemba Digby, the rookie, had 3 tackles for losses and half a sack each for Huff and Turner. Now, we do have a situation here popping up for Chris Olave. No picture. Thanks, Madden, for that. But Chris Olave is in line to get a dev trait increase. He's currently a star. He could get up to superstar if we get him 3 touchdowns, 3+ touchdowns, mind you, or 150+ yards receiving. That's not easy. That's not easy to do. Some people out there in the community probably say, Goldie, that's pretty easy for me. I get my star wide receivers like 200 receiving yards every single game because I know what routes work. But for me, I try to keep things relatively realistic. Like, I'm not going to force the ball just to try to get the guy his numbers. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to see if Chris Olave, I'm trying to call some plays to get Olave open is really what we're trying to do. With the game plan that we have to win this game. Absolutely have to win this game. We can't go on a 7-game losing streak. That just cannot happen. And that is a good way to start it off. Especially when trying to shoot for a win and shoot for Chris Olave's superstar dev trait. Take a look here. Just wide open. Completely open. That's Chris Olave back-to-back. Big-time gains there for the Saints offense. That's a way to move the football. 3rd down and 2. Winston looked like we had square. We had Michael Thomas completely open there down the sideline, but I didn't see him. We were going to go short, pick up the 1st down as a guarantee. 3rd down and 11. Winston rolling out to his right. Pass almost intercepted by Harrison Smith in coverage. Just not a good read by yours truly, but we're going to blame Jameis Winston. We're going to blame him. Field goal will be up and good for Will Lutz, and we take the lead here 3-0. Now out comes Darnell Bourgeois. If you guys remember Darnell Bourgeois from Southern, yep, in our Cajun 6 dynasty there with UL Monroe. 32 touchdowns in his rookie season, 8 interceptions. He has been very, very efficient. I would argue that he is definitely the rookie of the year in the NFC, at least the rookie of the year across the NFL. There's no way that anybody else can come close to that. We'll see what the awards are looking like here in the next few episodes as we get ready to close out the season, of course, as we push towards the playoffs. But yeah, good quarterback, having a very, very good season, and our job is simple. Make sure that we hold him. Make sure we get some sacks on him, some turnovers. That's what's really going to change the outcome of the game. But this is exactly what he did at Southern as a Jaguar. Finding open receivers downfield. His vision downfield is so good. And he finds Justin Jefferson there right in the middle of his route, and it's a big-time touchdown. You know how else he was really good? He breaks off sacks and these big-time throws to the end zone. Luckily, though, that was not a penalty on us. It's a holding call, and Darnell Bourgeois with enough wherewithal just to try to maybe get an offsetting penalty there with a defensive pass interference call or something, but to no such luck for Minnesota. He's also going to find Justin Jefferson here on yet again another big play. 2nd down and 9, pass completed, and oh, we get a fumble in the end zone. Bradley Roby picks it up and just nowhere to go. So just go down, get tackled, and bring it back out here to the 20 for a touchback. But fumble recovery in the end zone. Good job by our defense. Tyrann Mathieu coming up with a big knock there on John Ross. 7-3 game here. Little flip out to Chris Olave on 2nd and 10. He's going to get to about the 40. And we'll pick up the first down there. We'll also skip ahead here to 2nd and 5. Adam Troutman with a big catch. We're moving the ball. Winston, 11 of 17, so 6 incompletions. So he's been pretty good so far in the first half here. He's going to shake off a bunch of tackles there and pick up the first down, giving himself up the slide. Great job by Jameis to just get the first down. No turnovers there. Don't force the pass. There's nothing open. Marquez Callaway there from the 15 to the 3. Big time gain for the Saints. Now they're loading the box here thinking we're going to run it, and we go pass. And you like that one-on-one matchup, Michael Thomas in the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Saints. We find ourselves back up on top from 3-0, 7-3, now 10-7. So the game has been going back and forth, and Bradley Roby comes up big time again, getting a sack on Darnell Bourgeois, coming in on the blitz. He didn't have blitz assignment. He was actually assigned with a man coverage on the running back, Dalvin Cook, but decided to come on in as soon as he saw Thielen in motion. He knew that was going to be a running play. Might as well just get on in there. And then Roby comes up huge again in this football game. He's got a sack, a fumble recovery, and a pick 6. Bourgeois coughs it up and gives us more of a lead, 17-7. Here's your score. And Bourgeois has had this problem in gameplay in NCAA 14. I remember it. He can't really go east to west. He threw a pick 6, I believe, against the Old Monroe the last time that we saw him. And he does this from time to time. But downfield, he's got it. He's got it going on downfield. His arm strength is there. His accuracy is there. But going east to west, he kind of struggles sometimes. O-line's been struggling too. Bryce Huff getting a sack. We also had another sack to end the second quarter. So Bourgeois and company, they got to try to figure out what they're going to do about our pass rush, because it seems like it's really getting to them at this point. Take a look here. Pass going to be completed to Justin Jefferson. That is the way to do it. They were running the ball heavy on that drive, and we sold out for the run, and they called a play action. So it's just a perfect recipe for Minnesota. So just when I was talking about how much pressure we were bringing on them, they figured out a way to combat against it. So big-time first down there to Adam Troutman, coming back to the football as Winston was getting tackled as he was throwing it. 17-14 still. Change it up there to 20-14. We take a field goal. Justin Jefferson, 5 for 137 and 2 scores. Now, wouldn't you like to have Justin Jefferson right about now in fantasy? Take a look here at Darnell Bourgeois busting off a tackle, fires it up to Justin Jefferson, and again, the dynamic duo here for the Purple People Eaters. Look at this. You can't tackle this guy. I say that, and we've had like 4 sacks on him in the game, but just ridiculous. We try to do a little press coverage on Justin Jefferson. Not a matchup you want. That's Zach Bond on him. And Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown of the football game, and Minnesota takes the lead here in the 4th quarter. 21-20. Winston firing it up deep to Traquan Smith. He comes back to the football. Loving what our receivers are doing here as the pocket is breaking down. Take a look at Minnesota. How much pressure, how many guys that they're bringing. Traquan Smith, another big-time first down for him. Jameis upwards past 277, and a couple touchdowns thrown. 2nd down and 4. Pass completed there to Chris Olave. So about 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. He's only got about 130 yards, 120-ish yards right now, so he's got a ways to go. But we do get a touchdown here to Michael Thomas, and we'll take the lead right back We will end up going for 2 because you kind of have to at this stage in the game with 6 minutes left. I mean, you don't want to lose the game on a touchdown, so you have to go for 2. And we pick it up. That's Michael Thomas yet again on that drag. Little drag option route at the very end of the route. But 3rd and 5. Bourgeois. Gonna go down. Bryce Huff, the 3rd sack of the game. He's had his number. I don't think Bryce Huff has missed a tackle. He hasn't missed a sack. Great job there by Huff, and there's your numbers there for Chris Olave. 11 catches for 120. So heading into this drive, after a couple penalties and a couple sacks, actually 1 sack and a penalty, we got 3rd and 28, and that is going to get him the yardage that he needs, I believe. Little good route there. I love that play to try to get Olave open, but it wasn't going to get the job done for a 1st down. 3rd down and 4 here for Minnesota. Now it's gut check time. They're losing after that sack. 4th and 10 after that sack. 1:35 left to go. 1 timeout. Bourgeois on 4th down. They'll pick it up. Big hit laid on Adam Thielen by L.A. Rowe from LSU. It's Rain Rowe's brother, Houston Texans quarterback. But uh-oh, we got a problem here. We got a problem. John Ross is headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Oh no. Extra point will tie the football game, but take a look here. We're trying to go after the pick. Just reaction at that point. Even though he wasn't there, he wasn't even in position. It was just reactionary, and that cost us a touchdown, I think. But 59 seconds. We've got all 3 timeouts. We'll call one here. 1st and 10 here for the Saints. Pass completed. Ooh, look at that. Perfect route being run there by Kamara. He's being used as a blocker as he gets to the 2nd level. I love it. But Chris Olave does get his numbers right there. That's 150+ receiving yards. Superstar X Factor guaranteed. 2nd down and 4. With 26 seconds left, it's a very risky thing to do here. I think we're just going to try to run the ball and try to pick up that 1st down. At least just get to that line that Will Lutz can make a field goal. But now with 1 timeout, you don't want to run to the line. You don't want to risk Madden like taking seconds off the clock if you try to do a hurry up or spiking it. We're just not going to deal with it. So 3 seconds left. Will Lutz lining this field goal up. It is right down the middle and good. Had more room to spare, and the losing streak is over. That feels good. That feels good. You started panicking just a little bit. Are we really going to lose 7 games in a row after starting the year 8-0? We're going to lose 7 in a row? That would be ridiculous. But we come away with a victory here at home. Get the monkey off our back. Bourgeois with 404 yards, passing, 4 touchdowns, the 1 interception that was really his only blemish of the game. Took a couple sacks. Bryce Huff had 3. Could you imagine what he would have done had we not gotten that amount of pressure on him? He might have been upwards of 500 yards. Like, let's be real here. As crazy as that is to say, like, let's be real, 500 yards. Dude, he could have done it. Our defense has been shaky lately. But Justin Jefferson also had a huge game. This is really the game of the wide receivers. You had Chris Olave and Justin Jefferson just going off. I believe that said we had 162 yards for Olave. Anyway, defensively, 3 sacks for Huff, 1 for Roby, and 1 INT for Roby. So, yeah, a lot of the big-time names came out to play today. This feels good, man, to see that gold star. So we've got a lot of high development traits on this football team. We've got Matthew as an X factor. We got Lattimore as an X factor. Ryan Armstrong, our young running back, is a superstar dev. Olave's now a superstar dev. Jameis Winston and Pete Werner just got their star devs. So really, I mean, we're doing a good job developing the team, but you know, compared to last season on our Super Bowl run, this team has felt a little bit bipolar. I mean, I think that's safe to say. You win 8 straight games to start the season, and you're thinking, everybody's thinking, this is the Super Bowl team. The Super Bowl runner-ups lost to the Chiefs, and some people might be thinking that we were on a revenge tour. Go 8-0. Then you lose 6 straight games. People start questioning. Maybe they had it wrong all along. But that's a good win over Minnesota. Yes, they were under 500 to go into that week, but it's still a good win. considering everything that we've gone through here in the latter half of the season. So we'll end up simulating this game, kind of leaving our playoff hopes to chance. And in Week 17, we do get a win here, 36-32 over the Buccaneers. And with the Panthers W and the Buccaneers loss, we got a tie here between the Bucks and the Panthers. Both teams 11-5, and now we are 10-6. It's going to set up for an interesting last week of the season. We get Miami, who's also 10-6, and now if we win, we basically punched our ticket into the postseason. The issue now is who's going to win the division. We have swept the Buccaneers. We're 2-0 against the Bucks. We are 1-1 against the Panthers. We beat them in gameplay. We also lost to them in simulation here early in the season. And this makes for a very interesting episode next Thursday. Because what's going to end up happening here is I'm going to show you the standings. We're just taking a quick look at the box score here for the win over the Buccaneers. But the standings are shaping up to be very, very entertaining. So if this was going in real life, if you were going to watch this, I think I'd be definitely watching Week 18 of the season. And just take a look at the playoffs here. So the Cowboys are 11-5. They've clinched the playoffs, but the Eagles are 10-6. So if they win, they tie the Cowboys. Now, I don't know if the Eagles would end up being the division champs or how that would break down, but if the Eagles win and we lose, we're out. The Eagles make the playoffs. If we win and the Buccaneers and the Panthers both lose, we go to 11-6 as well. So then there's a three-way tie. You got an 11-6 Saints, an 11-6 Panthers, and an 11-6 Buccaneers. So there's a very good possibility that we end up winning the division. But if we lose, we could be totally out of the playoffs. So it's just crazy how you can get into a situation where a win could get you a win of the division and a loss could just get you out of the playoffs entirely. So it is pretty crazy what's happening right now in this franchise series this season. But I'm looking forward to the next episode. Hope you guys are too. Leave a like if you like this thing. Let me know in the comment section if you think we're going to do it or if you think we're going to miss. We got those Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and it's a good team over there in Miami. So, you know, with how the defense is played, there is no guarantee. Guys, that's it for the video. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you next Thursday. As always, thanks so much for watching, and peace.